All right, listen, many books have been written on the differences of men and women. Like men are like waffles, women are like spaghetti, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, love and respect, and on and on and on. It's clear that men and women are different. That's oftentimes why it's so frustrating in marriage to emotionally connect with your spouse, because we are so different. For a lot of couples, it can become so complicated that they get to a place where oftentimes they'll just give up. You know what? I don't think it's possible for me to connect the way emotionally that I really want to connect, so they'll just give up on it entirely. So in this video, if you desire greater connection, greater emotional intimacy, then I'm going to give you 2 easy, no-fail, can't-miss tips to increase emotional connection in your marriage. That's today on Relationshots. Hey, welcome to Relationshots. My name is Eric Wooten. If this is your first time hanging out with us, welcome to the place to get practical relationship advice that actually works in your relationship. If you've not already done so, go ahead and click the subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Listen, if you want a free guide to intimacy, you'll see a link in the description below. We've also got some other resources. If you're a dater, we've got a dating manifesto. If you're a married couple, we've got a little workbook to help you uncover your relationship rhythm. You'll see that down below as well, some free resources, as well as classes and courses, our membership, upcoming retreats. You name it. If you want something to strengthen your relationship, we got you. So check out the description area below. All right, so let's talk emotional connection in relationship. This is one of those areas where for a lot of couples it gets frustrating, and not only because it's difficult by itself, but also because everything gets in the way, right? We got schedules, we got work, we got kids, we got activities, we got expectations, we got vacations, we got hobbies. And then on top of it, we are so different, oftentimes it can be hard to connect emotionally. So what I see with a lot of couples is they get stuck in this pattern where one spouse is desiring greater emotional connection. The other spouse is looking at them like, dude, I don't know what you want. Like, I thought I was doing it. What do you mean? And then the spouse gets frustrated because like, I shouldn't have to tell you. You should just know what I'm looking for. And then the other spouse is like, but I don't. And you know what? I just quit and I give up. And they get stuck in this cycle. So what I want to do is I want to give you 2 very simple, and I say very simple so that when I say them, you're not like, oh, that sucks. That's it. It's very simple, very applicable, very easy tips to increase emotional connection in your relationship. Our problem is we think that this has just come naturally, and if it doesn't come naturally, then we must have married the wrong person. No, listen, when you get stuck in any area or you're struggling in an area, oftentimes just a right tool or a right technique can get you unstuck and get you moving in the right direction again. So here's 2 tips to increase emotional connection in your relationship. Number 1 is share your high and low for the day. That's it. I know you're like, oh, that's real good. Listen, sharing your high and low for the day will help you to emotionally connect because you're sharing aspects of how the day has impacted your emotions. Now, why this is so good is because oftentimes if you say, hey, you need to spend time together and you need to be in conversation with each other, couples will sit down and they'll go, we have absolutely nothing to talk about. So what sharing a high and low of the day does is it takes out all the mystery in what you're going to talk about. We don't have to worry about what you thought I should say and what I should say, because sometimes couples, somebody will try to engage in a conversation. Their spouse seems uninterested in what they tried to share, and so now they're not quite sure. I don't really know what they do want me to share, because last time I tried to share, they didn't seem interested. Listen, they may have been distracted. They may have been having a bad day. They may not have been in the mood. So it's not just that you are sharing the wrong thing. There may be some other things going on. But sharing the high and low of the day will take all the mystery out of it. All you're going to do is at the end of the day, it may take 5 to 10 minutes, just share your high and low for the day. The mystery is gone. Here's also what sharing a high and low for the day does for you. For a lot of people, if you were to ask your spouse, how was your day or how was work, you're going to get this. Fine, good, not bad, it was all right, same as usual. And then you get frustrated because we haven't gone any deeper. Well, when you know that tonight you're going to share a high and a low for today with your spouse, guess what you're doing? You're paying a lot more attention to how your day is impacting you. And you may realize that you are impacted a little more than you thought you were. And this is for all the people who seem to be just kind of even keel and steady. If you really think about it, yeah, that last sales call did suck because you were hoping to sell and you didn't. Or that last talk with your boss was great or went terrible, and it did kind of affect you emotionally in some kind of way. But when you know you have to have a conversation, you're much more perceptive and you're much more watching for what the day might do to you, and you will be much more aware of what's going on inside of you emotionally in your high and low for the day. And so you just share that. It's an easy way, a simple way. Do it each night, or pick 3 nights a week and say we're going to do that when the kids go to bed or right before we go to bed, maybe over dinner, whatever works for you. Share your high and low for the day. Thought number 2, tip number 2 is simply use connecting questions. Okay, this may be buying a book on connecting questions for couples. This may be getting on the internet and saying, hey Google, questions for couples to connect, and you'll be able to download some stuff there. It may be buying a box of question cards. There's lots of those out there. I'll put some link in the description area below of some boxes that you can get on Amazon of different companies that sell question cards. And it's real simple. Pick a couple nights during the week and pick 15 to 20 minutes, probably not going to take a long time, and say we're going to sit down and we're each going to pull 2 questions out of the card box, or go through 2 questions on the sheet or the book or whatever you decided to get. We're just going to pull 2 questions each, and we're going to answer those questions, and then we're done. Now, if you're having a great time and you want to go for more, awesome, do it. But at least 2 will get you talking and asking questions and sharing, and have some thought-provoking conversations, which will take you a little deeper maybe than you just go on a surface level day to day. And here's what question cards do. They create a neutral environment, which is key, because for a lot of you, when you try to engage, some topic comes up that is divisive or full of conflict, and what you meant to do was connect, and now instead of connecting, you're in conflict and things didn't go well, so now you start avoiding communicating at all. So these question cards create a neutral environment. You're not bringing it up, your spouse is not bringing it up, a third party is telling you to answer a specific question, so it removes rejection, removes the possibility of criticism. It just creates a neutral environment. It's like, I didn't come up with it, so I'm not going to feel bad if you didn't like the question. I didn't come up with it, so I don't feel any need to critique you on your answer, because you're just sharing what the question card told us to share. So it just creates a neutral space. And remember, the point of this is connection, which means you are not supposed to criticize your spouse's answer, tell them why their answer was wrong, give them feedback on their answer, provide an alternate answer for them. All you're doing is listening and maybe asking another question for greater understanding or to dig deeper or whatever it might be. But you're avoiding all the things that could cause a conversation to turn to conflict, because the goal of this is simply connection. So you can pick a couple nights a week, pick 2 cards out each. That's 4 questions each. If you're having a great time, keep going. But listen, every time you do this is not going to walk away with this, oh my God, we feel so connected and deep. That was awesome. Listen, the point is intentionality and consistency in trying to connect with each other. You may have times where it is great and you feel super connected and you had a lot of fun. And you may have other times where it just was what it was. But we're putting in the consistency and the time because we desire emotional connection. So those are just 2 really easy, no miss, no fail ways. Share your high and low, use some connecting questions, and just prioritize it. Put it on the calendar, be intentional about it. Your relationship is not in trouble if you're just not connecting well because you married the wrong person. You did not. If it's not happening organically, then you just need to do it intentionally. Set aside some time, pick 1 or 2 of these or both of them, and spend some time intentionally connecting with each other. And I promise you, emotional intimacy and connection will increase. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Maybe you got some thoughts on how you and your spouse connect emotionally. Drop them in the comment section below so some other people can benefit from your ideas and experiences. If we can help you in any area of your relationship, really, check out the stuff in the description area below. We've got classes, courses, membership, all kinds of environments that we've created simply to help couples connect and strengthen their relationship. So would love to walk with you in your relationship journey. Until next time, we'll see you right back here on Relationships.